Hello and welcome to Mindset Kitchen. My name is Diana Pelokaiti and I'm the host of Mindset Kitchen. I have another inspirational guest with me. His name is Courtney Orange. Hello.
Hi, Diana. I should say Labas and Aki
Aki.
for inviting me here. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello and thank you.
Wow, thank you. So, you know Labas, nothing else?
Aki is not thank you. Is that right? Right?
No, Achu.
Achu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then I guess you were reading, perhaps if you were British, let's say, or in English language, you were reading. It's actually, I don't think anyone who are non-Lithuanian would say it correctly. Okay. So people say it's like a sneeze.
Yes, I did.
Achu. Yeah, or like, apchi.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe that's a similarity.
Yes.
Well, thank you for knowing those two words. I don't know anything in your language. You are from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
How do you say hello in Zimbabwe?
So in my local language, you would say kondape.
Kondape.
That's right.
Kondape
is hi, how are you?
Yeah. So it's hi, how are you in all in one. Those
That's
couple.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
In Lithuania, you say labas kaip sekasi.
Okay. Labas kaip sekasi.
There you go. We learned something.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no, great. It's been much respect to what you have created, what you are doing, and your journey that you have started. And thank you for inviting me and being a part of it.
Thank you. So I would love to for you to tell me why you're here and who are you?
Sure. So I have come from. There's a long story, but I'll make it short. Originally born in Zimbabwe, in Southern Africa, in Harare. And I grew up there until 18 years old, and I was a gymnast. I got into gymnastics at an early age, amongst other sports, but that was the main sport. I became the national champion of the country. That went on to becoming 6 times national champion of the country. And then I moved over to the UK as a training gymnast. Had to work to pay for fees. There was no sponsorship, no family came with me. I managed to train throughout that period. It was tough. I had to dig deep at times, but I got onto competing and competing at the Commonwealth Games, which was the highlight of my career. And then I moved on to had an injury, which then I couldn't go back to gymnastics. It wasn't the same. Then I went into a dance, acrobatics, dance, performing, and became a street performer in Covent Garden. That's where I started out. That was my training ground, my university of entertainment. And then went into professional dancing, danced with the likes of Madonna, Will Smith, Kanye West, Westlife.
Wow.
And slowly got to understand the entertainment world and started an entertainment agency of my own, which then led into sending in performers to other parts of the world. Then COVID came, and then entertainment died. But throughout that COVID period, or pre-COVID, I was doing a whole lot of team building events as well. So working with organizations and enhancing their well-being throughout activities. And I took that through during COVID, learned how to, got some insight into, did a lot of reading, a lot of podcast listening on well-being, motivation, which has led me to where I am today, a motivational and well-being speaker. So a well-being motivator is what I like to call myself, going into schools and organizations, just enhancing people's mindset and their well-being.
That's why you are here.
That is right.
And I hope the viewers will enjoy this, because I've seen you perform before. I've seen you public speaking, and I absolutely loved it. And what I also love is how you carry your gymnast / dancing skills in everywhere you go. So we have a little surprise at the end. Okay. Hopefully people will enjoy, because I did. And every time I'm in the audience and I watched you, there were a lot of wows and then claps. So I look forward that actually you're going to do here in my kitchen.
Yes.
So Courtney, thank you so much for this lovely introduction. I'm sure there would be so much more, but you summarized your challenging and fun life story so far.
Yes.
Here, up to this point, you sitting in my chair. I'm going to read your first mindset message, which I absolutely love. And to be honest, I love a lot of messages. I love all these things. But every time I read a guest sending me a message, I'm like, wow. It's almost like I've heard it all, but oh, that's the one as well. It just keeps on coming, and it just gets better and better. So where energy goes, energy flows.
Yes.
Talk to me about it.
Totally.
Before you keep that thought, actually,
Okay.
because I tend to forget to introduce the food.
Okay.
I literally take 15 minutes, we chatting, and I thought, oh, I'm meant to be cooking as well. So there, the multitasking comes in. So before you start talking about your first mindset message, I am just going to quickly introduce to you and to guests what I'm cooking today. Okay. So I'm making mushroom vegan tacos. Okay. And now we spoke, you would like to do a bit more vegan and vegetarian, and it's really good for us, right?
Yes,
Eating
totally.
vegan, vegetarian, I agree. Sometimes I do get bored of that, so I eat more, like protein or chicken or fish. But this is one of my favorite meals. I do that at home. So if it doesn't work out, that would be a little strange. But it's vegan tacos with, the sauce is silken tofu blended. Right. It will have garlic, jalapenos. You okay with a little bit of heat?
Love heat. Yeah.
Perfect. Some olive oil, coriander. Then will be some refried beans. Okay. There will be some pickled onions and some chipotle. Amazing. So it should be like lots of little dancing flavors.
Hey, I love that. I love the sound of that. Yes, please.
Okay, please go ahead now. I'll start this.
No problem. So where energy goes, energy flows. We've seen and heard so many people, that have gone through negative things that have and constantly follow that negativity. It's look at the day outside. Look at the traffic. Look at the queue in front of me, and immediately they just start down a roller coaster ride, and the whole day, hour, however long they have that, it's a ripple effect. Now, I think a lot of people go through those elements in life where they don't enhance, or where the energy starts to come from. They forget that it ripples throughout that whole journey, and it's so important to just, for example, this mindset kitchen. It's all in the mindset. If you think positively from the onset, right? Why am I here? What has just happened? Can I learn from it? Is there something positive from it? And then go down that route. It may be raining outside, but I always tell people, in my mind, the sun always shines. So by just putting the energy initially to where you want it to go, it's fundamental to where the rest of the energy goes. Otherwise, again, you can take two paths in life: that the negative route or the positive route. And the route that it's how it all starts and kickstarts off, that really transpires into the rest of the energy.
I agree, Courtney. And this has been quite a big focus for the past perhaps 4 or 5 years in my life as well. It's because it's very easy, like you say, to get almost sucked in, because one little thing that happens to us, then something else happens. How many times we heard people saying, oh, one after another, this happened, then I went there, this happened, then I was late. We always wonder, well, actually lots of people don't wonder, why is that? Yeah. But many times, if one thing happens, I tend to just now deal with it right away, and straight away focus on that positive, and continue attracting the positive energy, because knowing that message that you just shared is actually the first step to actually be more aware of your energy and your thoughts. And I think with everything, every single day, if I woke up this morning feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed to see, I hope everything goes well. But if I focus on that, oh, what if this, oh no, did I do this? I'm constantly focusing on the thought of it's going really well.
Yes.
If something happens, then I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But right now I'm not even thinking about it, so I don't want to attract that energy. And I even say that to my son quite a lot. No. Let's just see what's happened here.
Yeah.
And now, are you happy? I am happy. Shall we move on now as happy, positive? Yes, let's do that. You know, from a day age, just to kind of instill that. I mean, I wish my mom was saying that to me at that time. We didn't really focus on these mindset messages like that, right? Mindset thoughts or energies or what we think we attract or anything like that, right?
Yes.
So I absolutely love this. And how do you apply that to your life then?
Well, when I have a very positive outlook on a lot of things. Many people have said, "Hey, I've never seen you angry. I've never seen you say anything, out of the ordinary." And if there's something does happen, and everybody else is in a bit of a tizzy or not, shaking around and flaking about, I'm always controlled.
And how do you do that?
I think it's part of just appreciating what is happening in the moment. Living in the moment, and not letting that negativity overwhelm you, because we're only given a certain amount of time on this beautiful planet, and if for some reason something jumps out in front of us and we lose our mind, why has this happened to me today?
Yeah.
We are taken away from that moment. Okay, it's happened for a reason. What can I learn from it? What can I do to avoid it the next time it does happen? And what positive can come out of this experience? On a daily basis, I think when it comes to transferring that positive energy throughout everything that I do, I first give gratitude to being or having what I have, doing what I do, and just really being present in the moment and thankful. And then I'll look at the situation. Okay, we got a bit of a problem here. What's the best way to work around the problem? I guess also that's one reason why a lot of when I went out as an entertainment agent, a manager, there were so many occasions where I took performers out to events, to big events, royalty events, huge stadium events. Something would go wrong, technical issue, but there's always a way. There's always. I think it also comes down to the history or the culture, Zimbabwean culture.
Okay.
We have a saying that goes, "We'll make a plan." If something is wrong, the words "we'll make a plan" it always boils down to, "Oh, we've got a flat tire. Don't worry, we'll make a plan." Something's broken. Don't worry, we'll make a plan. And a lot of Southern Africans will know this message, that making a plan, there's always a solution to something.
I see. So knowing that, it makes it easier for you to actually not to focus too much on whatever happened, issue, challenge, and focusing on just feeling positive and calm.
Yes, totally.
Love that. So in Zimbabwe, you're quite chilled, sounds like.
Yes, I think we're very easygoing people.
Yeah.
I think that's why there hasn't been any disruptive political disruption, or people wanting to if I can compare it to, let's just say, Egypt. We're very calm people.
Yeah.
In many respects. I'll give you a story as well. I think when it comes to making a plan, and the way I implemented that positive attitude towards the situation.
Yeah.
I once broke down on the M1 coming into London, and I said, okay, this is the time where I was recording a lot of exercise videos, and I said, well, I'm gonna have to call the services. It's gonna take. They told me about 2 hours. So, wow. perfect time to do a video recording, a fitness video recording. So I was doing a workout in the middle of on the side of the M1, coming into London, and just utilizing the time. So changing the whole thing,
reframing
into a positive situation. Yeah.
I love that. I did that recently as well with my 3 hours stuck in traffic.
Okay.
I had to just kind of not focus on what just happened, but really just make the most of the time, because that's all I have is that, one day. And if I just try to wish it away, it's not, I can't get it back, right?
Of course.
So I read the book, responded to lots of emails, and just made a productive kind of 3 hours. Yes, I did miss my appointment, but I rescheduled it. How terrible can it go, right? So, Courtney, so what I was doing here whilst you were chatting is I'm actually air frying everything. So here I have peppers and onions with some chipotle left from mushrooms.
Beautiful.
I love air frying because it's a healthier way,
of course,
and much quicker.
Yep.
Everything tastes delicious, and I also put on mushrooms chipotle sauce with olive oil, cumin, coriander.
Right. Just
kind of rubbed it in. I'm going to allow to cook it probably where we are around 20 minutes.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm going to make onion kind of pickle.
Okay.
So pickled vinegar onion.
Yes.
Then refry the beans and make the tofu sauce.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring another second message, unless there's anything else you want to add to this.
No, I think that's yeah. When it comes to energy,
we can talk about it more, right? But
yeah, I think energy. It all starts off from where you start your energy. Going back to that saying.
And do you, when you wake up, you focus on that as well, first thing in the morning?
So my routine in the morning, I call it a power hour.
Power hour.
Yes. So the alarm gets. I aim to wake up between 4 and 4:30 in the morning, and I start off with just freshening up, getting ready. I have a 10-minute stretch, bit of time out. This is my time before the school preparation gets into play. Then I'll have a 10-minute totally just letting the thoughts lie still, letting the thoughts go through the mind, what comes in, what goes out, and not being disrupted. And then I will also do a bit of Bible reading. I'm religious, so Christian, so I'll read a few verses from the Bible, and once that's all done, then if it's not a workout day, which I'll go for 10 minutes to half an hour, then I will do a cold shower. After,
you do cold showers?
Yeah, after that. So that kind of, and that's a huge mindset thing. The cold showers. It's every time you go in, it's okay. What can I think about today? What can I get my mind in order? It's and then from there, after that power hour, I'll get into what I need to be doing. Yeah.
Sounds like you're refreshed, especially after the cold shower.
Oh yes. Yeah. No, and a mindset thing as well. I always say, if there's anything better than the towel at the end of the shower is going to be warmer than when I.
Yeah, very true. Especially if the heater is on whilst the towel is on.
Yeah.
I've been to a cold water plunge before.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, and I don't know what minus temperature it was. Probably like, I don't know, -7, -10. Who knows? But it was snow everywhere around. It was just a hole.
Wow.
And it was very cold.
Okay.
Put me up from cold showers for a while. I tried the cold shower. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
But I haven't got into that kind of routine. Okay. But I really like it. I like how energized you feel, how fresh, and I really believe in it, and the benefits it gives.
Yes.
So you just prompted me to actually probably I should start doing cold showers.
But what else? Because people think, cold shower. I started off 5 seconds. That's how I started off. 5 seconds facing one way, 5 seconds facing the other way, and you just turn around 5 seconds. So that's your goal. Then you'll increase that. As in once you do that first 5 seconds, it's pretty much halfway done. You're in already.
I agree. That's a good way of putting it. Just start with 5 seconds. Yeah, that's nice, because then you can build it up and just get tougher, and then you can, I don't know, spend a minute if you like.
Yeah. But it's all about the breathing as well, because you've got to. It's how you control that you're exerting voluntary pressure, stress, right? And that's why do get so stressed out, because they don't know how to control their breathing, control themselves during that stress situation. And that's what the cold showers really teach you. It's mind, and also handling stress, voluntary stress.
Self-inflicted stress.
Yeah.
I remember I had to do lots of breathing in that pond, because without it, you could literally lose your mind. It was absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
So we had a trainer who kept on saying, breathe in, breathe out. And it was just focusing on the breathing rather than focusing on what you're actually doing. And our bodies can handle so much more than we think they can. So I love those kind of challenges.
Yeah, totally.
Before I read the second message, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly set the pickle. Do you do cooking, Courtney?
I do.
Yeah?
I do love cooking, yes. Baking as well.
Nice. So I'm putting in some rice vinegar.
Okay.
Half a cup of rice vinegar, half a cup of water, a bit of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Right.
And then lots of different seeds, kind of aromatics.
Yeah. Okay.
In there. Just going to melt it all, and then I'm going to pop in the onion.
Incredible.
Simple as that.
Amazing. And what you have created here with the Mindset Kitchen, having listened to some of the episodes previously, I don't know if you've mentioned about the gut connection to the mind. I'm giving a talk in the next week about having the gut instinct. Your gut instinct, your feeling. You might see something or smell a pizza, and you say, "Oh, I'm wishing for a pizza today."
Yes.
And lo and behold, within the next 24 hours, 48 hours, you'll have that pizza, right?
Yes.
Because you've said, "I'm wishing," but it's that connection between the gut and your mind. That's incredible. What you are, doing with the Mindset Kitchen.
Thank you, Courtney. Well, I hope you were wishing vegan tacos. I hope you smelled someone saying vegan tacos.
Let's do it. I'm wishing for vegan tacos.
It might just come. We shall see. It's not the end yet. So, thank you, Courtney. So the second message is: every happening, every experience, and every outcome should be taken as a gratifying gift that we grow and learn from.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So I guess again, it's really about, again, bad things happen, good things happen. Why do they happen? What is the reason for it? There is always a reason behind the happening, and I think by again showing that gratitude of, wow, it might have been a traumatic occasion. If I can take you back to my gymnastics days, I had an injury, which I mentioned earlier. I tore the cruciate ligament in my knee, and I was preparing for the qualifiers to the Olympic Games, one of the biggest ambitions for any athlete, and that was it. The injury happened, but I didn't spend too long of a time feeling down and feeling depressed, sad. I moved on and I said, okay, what else can I do? What else? It was a very quick transition over. So by going through that injury, or going through something traumatic, there is a reason for us to learn, to see, to dive deep into why. Why has that happened? We will in the moment say, oh, why has that happened to us? Why, But there is a lesson, there is a reason, and I'll take it back to gratification. If you think this has just happened to me, I've had an accident, or I've done something that has disrupted my day, just stop for a second and think to yourself, right, I'm here, I might have certain things that other people don't have. I'm able to move, I'm able to breathe, to walk, to smell, to see. If you have all those senses, or whichever ones you do, but just having gratification on those simple elements, it just gives you that, it's not so bad after all, that feeling.
And do you do anything in terms of practicing gratitude any other ways?
Um, oh yes, waking up in the morning. The first, I guess I didn't tell you before the power hour, was a couple. Just being thankful for waking up, taking a few minutes just to come to the presence of the world. Say, oh, thank you for today. Again, after and before I talk, I will say a prayer. I'll say thank you. Thank you for helping me to distribute the message that I would like to give on to people and enhance their well-being and motivate themselves into their well-being journeys.
Thank you, Courtney. So, I haven't been doing gratification or being grateful kind of intentionally before, and only over the past probably 4 to 5 years, because I remember people used to say, well, yes, of course I'm grateful. And you say that because we are grateful. Yeah. And I didn't know how else to express that gratitude.
Right.
And I just thought, of course, if someone asks, of course I'm grateful, but I don't intentionally think about it.
Okay.
And over the past 4 or 5 years, I have been intentionally thinking about it. And it's one of the best things I've discovered. And as you say, loads of bad things happen. And sorry, my air fryer announcing me midway cooking. Loads of bad things happen to us. And we always say, why is this happening to me? And my most recent one is when my husband passed away. And I constantly relate to that because it was the most profound experience, the most horrific, yet the most incredibly profound experience of what I have become now because of that. And there were moments when I thought, why is this happening? Not why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Yes. What's the message in there? What am I to take out from this? And what am I to do with this? And I really had to work hard on appreciating that. And to appreciate something horrific is extremely hard. But I thought there's no other way. I can hate it or appreciate. And I didn't want to have hate in my heart. And I wanted to feel lighter. I sought lightness through grief. And one of the things I did was being grateful what's happened to me, because I must find a reason. And I did find a reason why it happened to me. And actually probably the reason still goes on. I'm here talking about this. Of course. So the best thing you can do out of the bad situation is turn it into good. Yeah. And I always look for those, even in the smaller situations. Why is this happening? Wait a minute. Sometimes it's not obvious straight away, right? No. Sometimes it happens a week later, you're like, or a year later, or 2 years later. Mm-hmm. You just need to put the dots together. Yes. So I think now I practice gratitude. I write in my journal and I say what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful right now for being able here to cook for you and talk to you. And what are the chances of us ever meeting if not for me being grateful for my life, for my everyday?
Of course. Totally true. I mean, Diana, I've listened to some of your stories. I've listened to interviews that you've had, and again, what you've been through. If those listeners, watchers, please do, dive into what the journey before the Mindset Kitchen for Diana, because it just shows the power of the mind. It's incredible.
It is.
And by doing simple things like journaling, I also, as of last year, started journaling. People think journaling, what is it journaling? They're not sure. And it can be just writing one thing down at the end of the day that you're happy about. I woke up. I had some food on the plate to eat. I managed to have a successful meeting. Something so simple that we can write down and just be thankful for that day. It doesn't have to be a long journal. It doesn't have to be a long message. But yeah, it's so important to have that.
So I think people actually, when so many times I sat down, I start writing down, I think, well, what is it doing for me? What do I do with it now? I've written down. I think there's a way to write it down as well. Would you agree with me? I write the first one and I try to feel it.
Okay.
By feeling it, it means I'm expressing it. So my energy, right? So my energy goes out. So then actually that gratitude is out rather than I'm just thinking it.
Yeah.
So gratitude is connected to your heart,
Yes.
not your head.
No.
So when you're thinking your heart or soul or your gut, when you're thinking, I'm so grateful for having food today because so many people are starving. So I'm grateful for having this food, and really like just feel the kind of love and joy, whatever you want to feel. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for my son, not the sun in the sky, my son's son. Yes. I said both.
Yes, yes.
So I'm trying to feel it and visualize it.
Yep.
And it takes maybe 10 minutes sometimes doing all of that, the whole page.
Okay.
And there could be literally anything, for having legs and for having hair, for everything, right?
Yeah.
But I tend to connect my heart to it.
Got it.
And I think when I do that, it feels more meaningful and feels like somebody heard me in a way rather than just I'm keeping it down in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to do it, but I know people do in various ways.
Yeah.
And various times and so on.
Of course, yeah, and that's so true. I think when we're talking about, let's talk about food, and appreciating that food. And Jay Shetty, I'm sure you might have heard of Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
Very incredible. His mission is on purpose. Focusing on people's missions on being purposeful in life. I guess pretty much like Amy.
My previous guest,
yes, one of your
episode 2, yeah.
And what he had said in one interview was that even when it comes down to eating of food, trying to eliminate eating food in front of the TV, with your phones, even to the point of not having a conversation whilst you're eating. Why is that? Because it stops you. You're focused on the food, focused on what's going in, the tastes. Because our senses, I know you're very good at multitasking, and I've seen what you have created on your previous episodes and what you're doing now. But our focus can be so honed in on the food that we intake, the tastes that it's giving us, and then again the appreciation of what it can be doing to us, that food. And it's all connected. It's all very, very. If we focus on intaking that food without disruptions, then it makes that food even more enriched.
I totally agree with you. And also, I call it mindful eating or mindful drinking. Sometimes, let's say if I have a glass of wine or some glass of champagne, I don't just drink it to get drunk or feel something. I drink it because I enjoy that taste. I'm grateful I'm able to do that. And you mindfully taste almost like all the notes within the wine. I'm quite a foodie, so for me, wine there are loads of levels, different wines, and I love that. So when I taste my first glass of wine, I really feel it in the present moment. How does it taste like? How does it feel like? How does it feel like on my tongue? And all of those things. And I think that connects you to the present moment. And the same, I do that kind of mindfulness with my son. So we switch off everything and I do ask him, how was your day at school or so on. And then I realize, why am I asking him to go back and tell me something? How about we just talk where we are now? Are you enjoying your food? It's delicious. And he always gives me 10 out of 10, mommy, 10 out of 10. So I'm quite mindful of that as well. And I think it's really important. And that comes into that being grateful and with every moment. I think many of us, we are talking a lot about being present, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Let's just admit in this kind of lives that we have, you have to constantly think about 15 different things, right? And as you say, I'm multitasking, and you pretty much do that all the time, whether you're cooking or working. So if we can't do that, whilst we're doing certain things. I think setting aside a little bit of time to actually be present, be grateful, would do a big favor to us. And it's not obvious right away.
Yes.
I always notice that you have to stick to that habit for a while. Until then, you see how it kind of almost carries on in everywhere else in your life. Not just that 10 minutes that you said. It becomes you.
Yep.
And that's how it transforms you. Not people don't see it right away. We just need to persevere.
Of course.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, totally. I think from one of your previous guests, the martial artist.
Yes, Stuart.
Yes, Stuart.
You watched it. Thank you.
Yeah, he had also mentioned about your time. Time is of the essence. There's no. It's hard to find time in this day and age, and I think having listened to that and also heard or thinking about a day in the life of anybody, is there a possible point? And this is something that I would like to implement into my routine. And it is a routine. Once you start it once, it trickles over into something that can be done often. And it's maybe setting a timer. You've got an alarm at the middle of the day, before lunch, maybe after lunch, where you say, right, on 10 minutes past 1, I've got my lunch ready, but I'm going to have 1 minute, 2 minutes of just sitting down. Not looking at the phone.
It's hard, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah, but it's possible. It's possible.
It is.
Okay, not even 10 minutes. Again, like Stuart had said, it could be 1 minute. It can be so minimal, but just by stopping and maybe just asking yourself the question, why am I doing what I'm doing? And am I doing what I'm doing for myself, for the love of life, or what is it? Just ask yourself the question. What is my reasoning? What is my why? What is my that'll give you some more perspective on the day.
I love that. I love that. And do you have your why?
I do now. Yes, I do. It's been a long journey to figure out why.
You don't have to share if you don't want.
No, I will. I will. So I guess over the years, I've been trying to figure out what is it. Running around in circles. What am I here for? And I always had a love for trying to encourage and push people in a positive and progressive way, through my training, through people that I trained with as a gymnast, and I guess as an entertainment agency owner, and whilst I was contracting artists and performers, pushing the people's talents. So I guess to give you that answer, what is my why? It's to help others understand what their reasons are and what their whys are in the world.
Amazing. Love that.
Through positive well-being messages.
Thank you. And you are an extremely amazing person. So I'm pretty sure that people are appreciating that and people are finding their whys.
Yeah, no, it's so rewarding, because when I do go into schools, speak to, yesterday I was speaking to 400 children, and
wow.
I from the entertainment background, I'm a big child at heart. So, but I also like to connect with people on their levels, what they might be feeling, and just by seeing them through their messages and through what messages I do give, how that affects them, and getting messages from, there's a couple of parents that have sent me messages after having spoken at their children's schools, and they're like, my child couldn't stop speaking about, because I tell them that the message is I can do it at school. That's the message that I push. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And they, just by receiving those messages,
that's it.
It touches the heart. Oh, I'm so grateful.
And there's the why. right there.
That's right. That is
I
right.
felt it. I felt it. Thank you so much. So before I move on to your last message, I'm just going to quickly tell what I was doing here.
Okay.
So I've just usually this recipe says use refried beans,
Okay.
but then I just found that I can just take beans, what's the black beans,
Yep.
and fry them myself
Okay.
rather than refry. If you know what I mean. I don't know, but the end result is literally the same. So I'm doing that now, just slightly squashing them so they become a bit softer, and kind of like all the juice and everything gets mixed up. And here I'd added jalapeno, coriander, lime juice, olive oil, and garlic.
Amazing.
And our mushrooms and peppers already finished cooking, and the onion pickle is right here. So everything is almost set to go. I'm going to start soon assembling your tacos.
Okay. Can I just make a note on what I saw on whilst you were preparing the avocado? You know, okay, I love avocados, and I've seen the way you try to take the seed out, the pip out, whatever you want to call it. And the way you did it was you got the knife in and you just twisted it around. I've been trying to figure that out. I've had to this morning. I think I had to cut the avocado. It wasn't coming out. I had to then take it out with a hand. I was like, so thank you. I'm going to use that.
I didn't even realize, that someone would struggle with that.
Oh man, that's a life hack right there. Avocado life hack.
Just don't chop your hand, right?
Yes.
Just be careful with the sharp knives. Oh, there you go. I'm so pleased that you got some tricks from me. And did you know the avocado seed has a lot of goodness in it? I can't tell what it is. I forgot from the top of my head, but apparently if you take it out, dry the seed, and you grate it on food, it's got lots of nutrients and vitamins.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so some people don't throw away them. They just keep it like a nutmeg. You kind of grate it.
No ways.
Yeah.
I'm going to read into that because I tell you what, again, another gratification thing that I have doing recently is all the offcuts from the vegetables, the fruit, the banana peels, potato peels. Cut them up finely, and in the garden, I'll find a few places and I'll put them into the garden, and then after a while, sort of mix it up, the soil up, so the worms and all the earth. So what I say is that it feels so nice giving back to the earth what
where
the earth
come from.
has given us, and you're not wasting, you're not throwing it away, or so.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. I do a lot of that. I do lots of broths and vegetable stocks and so on. So if I peel off or let's say celery, I chop the end of it. I freeze them and I use them for my stocks. So for various vegetable or chicken stocks, I make them myself.
Right.
I love reusing. Sometimes I get chicken, for example, and I make maybe 4 or 5 different meals out of one chicken. Because you can just do so many different things. And if you take one fillet, one breast, let's say, you set aside, you actually can make a whole meal that lasts for 2 days, because you put chicken, rice, vegetables, just make it bigger rather than just eating straight away one chicken. And then it's essentially 2 meals. I prolong it, make chicken noodle soup, then I make my own broth, and it goes on and on.
You've got to, I mean, again, coming from Zimbabwe, we're very versatile in what reusing things to the point where that's it. That's the last. That's the last of that. Utilizing it to its maximum.
It's really good. I agree that. I mean, it's quite an effort. Probably would be digging now in the cold soil, but well done for you for doing that. Yeah, it's amazing.
No, it just feels good. It feels so good. I'm not throwing away, but I'm just giving back to what is given.
Right. The third message is enjoy every moment, which kind of links in. Enjoy every moment as if it were your last. Life is a performance, so don't go through it too fast. It's almost rhyming. I love that.
Yes, I did. I made sure that it rhymed. I made sure that it rhymed. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So again, it's we don't have much time on this planet. Who knows what tomorrow might bring? And I actually have a message on on my desk where I work, my standing desk where I work from, when I do work from home. And it's, what would you do today if it were your last?
Oh, yeah, got goosebumps. I love that.
And that just makes me think, wow, okay, right. Is there going to be time wasted here, or am I going to get on to what I need to get doing? And we just have to take life, enjoy it. If they feel a point where you need to take some time out, you know, the body's telling you, right, please have a quick sleep, a quick snooze, take it. If you feel that, okay, it's a project that needs to be finished, but you know, there's something happening that you want to enjoy with the family, or spend time with your family, it's again that feeling, right? It boils down to what you feel deep inside, and by living that, and listening to your gut, listen to your heart and your mind, it really helps to focus in on, as if it were your last day. You've got to use it to the maximum. Don't waste any time. Yeah,
I agree with that. The first thing came to my mind was I'm going to spend all my money on going on holiday, but I can't do that. But there is that, when you think about it as if your last day, you take a note of loads of things around you. Again, bringing that present moment in. And if anything, I know life is too short, and you don't know when is your last day, because tomorrow is not secured for anyone. Tomorrow is a gift. And when my husband passed away, I always relate to that, because that was a pivotal moment in my life.
Yeah.
I realized, wow, I was imagining him old and us getting all together and creating all these dreams. And in 1 year, he's just gone. So life is that fragile. You just never know when it's going to just stop. Although I don't believe life completely stops, and I know our spirits travel, continue living. But here, us in the 3D world, physical human beings, how much longer we have, we don't know. And so I think with that mind, with that thought, I am so grateful for being here today. And I'm actually being so present with you right now, because I'm properly tuning in at what you're saying and hearing you, and understanding that this moment will never happen again. And this moment, if I wish it away, it will be gone in a moment anyway. So all we have is today. And then if we are enjoying that moment, I think it becomes more special.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And then that last part of that message, you know, don't live it too fast. This is again a testing point for many people, and you can feel it. I can give you examples to an example to everybody that can relate to. You're in the grocery queue line, right? Or you're in the fuel queue line. You've got somebody behind you. You know that somebody wants to come and take your place at the fuel queue or the counter. Now, why is it that you feel it's an impulse feeling? Oof, okay, I've got to rush.
Yes.
Okay. At that very, and a lot of people can relate to it. It feels like you're being pushed, you're being rushed by society, by what's happening. But in that particular moment, why not just say to yourself, or take a deep breath in and think, wow, you know what? Whatever's behind me can wait.
Yeah.
And I'm in front of that person, or in the fuel queue. So if I want to take my time, you know, why should I live by that precious speed? I'm taking my own time, and yeah, don't live life too fast. That's in that message. That's pretty much what, you know, what I'm trying to give there. In that society, the world is pushing us. Go, 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 go. Come on, don't slow down. But we are all on our own clocks. So the more we can hone in on that own clock time, the more connected, the more energized we will feel, and not be sort of have our energy sucked by other people.
I agree with that completely, Courtney. And actually, my son always says, "When is the weekend? Is it weekend yet?" And I said, no, don't wish your life too fast. It's today, it's Tuesday, and we're going to enjoy today because that's all we have, literally. No, but on Saturday we're doing this, and then my friends are, no. I said, Saturday is just there in the future. Don't focus it too much. I said, stop wishing it away. And he's constantly wishing for that weekend to come, as we all do, right? When is the weekend? When can I go now and do the things I planned? And if you're not enjoying your Monday to Friday, then you need to think about it, because there is something not right. Monday is equally good as Saturday or Friday.
Totally.
So I agree with that message completely.
Totally. And you hear it, like I said, society on the radio. Oh, it's the weekend. It's the weekend. Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday afternoon. Oh, that early Monday morning feeling on the radio. It's blasting out to the millions of people, and that's the message that society has been pushing. But why not say, hey, it's Monday? Feel energized. I take it that and I look at it in that, like even we're in a new year now. If we take every day, every week, the start of every week, the start of every day as a new year, how much more energized would somebody feel by starting a new day as if it were a new year?
Fresh, motivated, excited for the year ahead.
Yeah. So it's, again, you appreciate it and make the most of every second, every minute.
I agree with that.
Wow,
on that note,
this is looking incredible.
This one is a bit browner, but actually this one will be more crunchier, which is fine still. Either way, it's delicious.
Incredible. Wow.
That's that. I mean, I don't know how you want to try and eat it, but I loaded them a little bit generously.
No, this is, should I have the first piece by showing a message through a balance?
I think you should. This is a challenging one.
Because I love cilantro. They call it cilantro. We call it dania in Southern Africa. Yes. So I can, by kickstarting off the meal, have a taste, but put a message to that taste. Does that sound okay?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. So I've got how I like to finish off a lot of my talks is by using this stool right here. And there's a couple of messages. I'll put it up. I'm hoping that all the angles can see it. So these are 4 fundamental elements that are critical for us as human beings to live our lives through thick and through thin. So the first word, and it formed the foundation of the stool. So the first word is our well-being, as you might see it over there. Okay, our well-being. We need to critically take care of our well-being through every aspect of the word, mental and physical. Then the second word is what I call our resilience. We've got to be strong mentally, emotionally, and physically, because in order to take on any challenges, obstructions, or obstacles that we may be faced with. The third word is becoming aware of our strengths, our weaknesses, and that helps us to become aware of everything and everyone around us. And those 3 words put together gives us and produces our best performance in life. No matter what pathway we might be going down, our performance is crucial. So it forms a foundation, a solid, strong foundation. So I'm going to try the cilantro out. And as we form a foundation, we then have more strength with those 4 elements in place, more power, and it produces us and gives us an enhanced and incredible life balance. So I'm going to take a piece of this cilantro and just have a taste of it. Those tacos are
Wow.
tasting amazing.
Wow. Wow, that is so impressive.
Thank you
Amazing.
for that. That's wow. So for those that were able to see it on video, where I did a one-hand balance.
No, it looked like you were in the air because the chair was hidden, and
Yeah.
it's incredible. And I realized I should have put your plate a little bit closer to you, but I on purpose probably put it there just to challenge you, you know,
Hey.
just to see how far you can reach, you know, how far you can look like a Superman.
No, that's yeah. We need challenges in life, right? So, like we say in Zimbabwe, Southern Africa, we'll make a plan to
We'll make a
overcome it.
plan. I love it. I love that. I'm actually going to take that away as well as one
Yeah.
of the messages as well. I'll make a
course.
plan. So have a
Okay,
bite.
great.
Just see how it tastes like. Let us
Okay.
know. It's probably going to be a little bit messy. You can see there's no
all
cutlery,
good,
so I
all
encourage
good.
you to use your
Yeah,
fingers.
we eat with our fingers back in Zimbabwe.
Amazing.
Okay,
I'll join you very soon because I'm not very good at eating and talking. Usually I get quite messy. But I will put all your details on the website of mine, all the connections, LinkedIn and your website, which I've read quite a lot of times actually. There are quite a few podcasts and blogs. And I can see the schools you went to and various different companies, and it's a really cool and interactive website. I sometimes actually, you know, when the first time I met you, I think I was like, oh, let me check you out, and I looked at it. So I'll put that website on as well. I'll put the recipe together because I'm sure you love people to connect with you, reach out to you, and if they have any questions, you're happy for them to get in touch.
Oh yes, no, totally. Thank you so much, and thank you for this lovely food, and thank you for what you're doing. Yes, I think without a doubt, all these messages, the Mindset Kitchen is gonna ripple across different areas and waves through your energy and through your guests' energies as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Deanna.
so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank
Achi, achi, no?
Achu.
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 Achu, okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.